Today's lesson is chapter 2.2, and normally I combine 2.2 and 2.3 together, but I thought maybe I would just kind of slow things down and just give you guys a little bit of a break here. So chapter 2.2 is solving linear inequalities using addition or subtraction. And again, with inequalities, I usually think about Pac-Man eating the larger of the two numbers. Okay, so these aren't inequalities, but I just want to go over these, okay? Solve the equations. You guys can do this. I have x plus 5 equals 8. I subtract 5 from both sides, and I get x equals 3. No big deal. Over here, I'm going to add 4 to both sides, and I get y equals 7. So Mrs. Oldham, what does that have to do with inequalities? Well, I'm going to tell you. Adding and subtracting inequalities are the same as adding and subtracting equations, okay? Except you don't have an equal sign, right? You have a greater than or a less than sign in there. So let's look at those same, well, these were equations, but we're using the same expressions on both sides. Okay, so x plus 5 is less than or equal to 8. So I subtract 5 from both sides, and I get x is less than or equal to 3. So I go here, remember that when it's equal to, I color in the circle. So I have 3, and this is x is smaller than this. So that's how you graph that. Then down here, I add 4 to both sides, and I get y is greater than 7. And it doesn't have an equal, so it's an open circle. And y is greater than 7. So this is how we do those problems. Okay, so now I would like you, I want you guys to graph them on your own, but these are for you to try. So go ahead and stop your video now. Okay, so let's try these. I have b minus 2 is greater than negative 9. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides, and I get b is greater than negative 7. So if I'm graphing that, I can do negative 10, negative 7, maybe this is negative 4 right here. It doesn't have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't have to be anything like that. If anything, you could even just have a negative 7 right there if you really wanted. And b is greater than that negative 7, so it's an open circle. And it goes to the right. Okay, so here I add 3 to both sides. And I have m is less than or equal to 8. So I can just put an 8 right here if I really want. And m is less than or equal to, so it's a closed circle, less than or equal to 8. And then finally, sorry, I threw some fractions in here. I'm going to add 1/4 to both sides. So I have 2/4 is greater than y. Well, I like to have the variable on the left. So I'm actually going to flip-flop these two, but I have to remember that 2/4 is the one that Pac-Man is eating. Okay, so I have to make sure that if I'm going to flip-flop this, I also need to flip-flop the sign. And 2/4 is 1/2. So if I graph that, I have 1/2, and y is less than that. So it goes like that. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too difficult. All right. Next we have a story problem. It says a circuit overloads at 1800 watts of electricity, and you plug in a microwave oven that is 1100 watts, which is a typical microwave oven, I think, into the circuit. Write and solve an inequality that represents how many watts you can add, keyword, to the circuit without overloading the circuit. Okay. Well, the absolute maximum watts that I can have in the circuit is 1800. All right, over here. 1800. So anything else needs to be less than that. Okay, then I've got my microwave, which is 1100, plus X amount for whatever else I can add on to that, okay? So my microwave plus something else has to be less than 1800 or the circuit will blow. Okay, so in addition to the microwave oven, which of the following appliances can you plug into the circuit at the same time without overloading the circuit? Well, I'm going to solve this, or I'm going to get X by itself, and I have X is less than 700. So what can I put in there? Well, I can't do the toaster, that's over 700, but I can do the clock radio and the blender. Okay, so that's the answer to that one. All right, that is actually all I have, believe it or not. I just thought that this might be a nice one to just kind of take it easy. You still have the homework assignment, of course, and it's right here. It's on Big Ideas. Don't forget to go to Big Ideas. That's where it is. And if you have questions, just give me a call. Don't give me a call. Well, you could call me at school. That would be weird. Email me. Thanks.